longer I am a parent and the more time I've been able to spend raising my children, what I've come to see is that even before they were born, and even before you were born, your parents made almost every important life decision for you. My wife Lauren and I, of the 8 billion people on the planet, we chose the one other person we're going to raise our kids with. Of the 196 square miles on the face of the earth, we chose roughly the 5 to 10 miles that our kids would call home. We chose them for them their country of origin. We chose for them their school. We choose for them, as much as we can, what they're going to eat. We've chosen for them their good and bad coping mechanisms. And actually, there are studies on this, which is so fascinating, that parents are, follow this, the leading indicator, not the only indicator, but the leading indicator for what kinds of education your child's going to receive, and even the level of income your child will have later in life. It is all decided from before you were born. Now, we Jewish parents are overachievers because we add a couple of things to the mix. And I'm going to share with you a few statistics. Roughly 17% of the Jewish community keeps kosher. Roughly 20% of the Jewish community comes to synagogue once a month. About 46% of the Jewish community will fast on Yom Kippur. But the statistic that gets me really interested is that 57% of the Jewish community visits historic Jewish sites when they travel. Now, I didn't believe this because I thought this was just my Meshuggah family. But just by a show of hands, who here has traveled somewhere not here and visited a Jewish historical site? Oh my God. You can't see this on the live stream, but this is almost all of you, which is an unbelievable thing to do. Because has anybody here been to Toledo, Spain? A couple, oh wow, okay, so go to Toledo, Spain, and all the non-Jewish tourists walking around looking at this UNESCO World Heritage, beautiful medieval city. The Jewish tourists are going to the Jewish Museum, where they just read about the pogrom of 1391 that killed 3,000 Jews. Why do we do this? Has anybody here been to Venice? A lot of you. Okay, so hands down, you go to Venice, you have this beautiful coastal view, and the Jewish tourists go to the first ghetto set up in 1516. That's what we see. How about Prague? Anybody been to Prague? It's a gorgeous city, hands down. Gorgeous city. Non-Jewish tourists are walking around the square, and you know the clock tower. The Jewish tourists are going to the Pinchas synagogue, where you read the 77,000 names of Jews from that region killed in the Shoah. Why do we do this to our children? The non-Jewish tourists are walking around the most beautiful sites on the planet with a gelato in hand and a smile on their face. The Jewish tourists are walking around with a gelato in hand, shell-shocked as to what we have just seen, as to what we have just, in our own way, witnessed as a part of the Jewish story. Why do we do this to our kids? And it's because we as parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts, teachers, mentors, you give your child the gift of identity, the gift of knowing who they are, the gift of being rooted in a time, in a story, in a place. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, teachers, you give your kids their roots.